like, now the room's full. Oh, that's much better, yeah. No, comedy's just much more effective listening and when you're not talking over everyone. We'll see how the atmosphere is with the cold drinks. But I have all pro comics coming through tonight. And they do this for zero promise of money. Oh my God, and I have more lights now. Awesome. So I have white lights, and then I have 3 people at red lights. So it's like nice person, demon person. But we do this show, and all these professional comics are coming out on what's considered an off night for comedy, Monday night. For no promise of money, what we do is you came in for free. How about no cover, huh? Exactly. And in exchange, we're going to give you a lot of comedy. Now, some of these bits may not all be worked out. Some of them are working up new bits, and they'll be performing them at all the big clubs in the Bay Area this weekend. And sometimes they're just working up old material to make sure they're nice and sharp for those shows on the weekend. And so in the middle of the show, I'll pass around a tip jar. If you have an extra $5, put it in. I definitely split them amongst all the comics. So they can have BART money and bus money and parking ticket money and everything like that. Oh, love the parking tickets. Anyway, speaking of parking tickets, but I love living here in downtown. Anybody else? Give it up for yourself if you live here in the area. Yay! And then a bunch of you didn't clap, so you're not from around here. You just landed on planet Earth, and you're like, holy shit, who are these humans? Who's from the farthest away? San Ramon. I was going to guess the Sunset, but anybody live farther away than San Ramon? Wait a minute, I heard something first. Brazil. Oh my God. So give it up for Brazil. And I love dairy, so give it up for Wisconsin as well. Yay! No, but it's great because I as a comic, I am, it's like I have to constantly be writing new material, but I'm very lazy. And so all I have to do is get new material, is walk out my front door in downtown. It's just amazing. The weirdest question I've ever been asked by a tourist, I was standing outside the Ferry Building. Have you been there, Wisconsin? Yes. Yeah, they have some Wisconsin cheese in the Ferry Building. I was standing outside the Ferry Building in this giant SUV with like Texas plates and a Ryan Romney 2012 sticker. Just pulls up right next to me and leans out the window and he goes, "Hi there, little lesbian. Which freeway to Alcatraz Island?" I know, right? And I was just so stunned. I was just standing there and I realized I was standing there. And I was like, I think the closest I can get to Alcatraz Island, just follow those signs, 101 Marin North Golden Gate Bridge. Halfway across that bridge, just take a hard right. You'll be there in no time. And also I take the cable cars. I love the cable cars, and I learned long ago never to take the Powell Street lines because those are the tourists. All of them go to Fisherman's Wharf. It's like when I get on with my Trader Joe's bags on the Powell lines, people look at me like I brought my dry cleaning on the roller coaster. They're just like, what is that? And then they think like my Clipper card is some like Willy Wonka Magic Golden ticket. But no, so I learned long ago I only ride the California street lines, just go straight up California and gets me home up the hill. And you want to ever see confused tourists, just go to Van Ness, California, for all those tourists who think that ended at Fisherman's Wharf as well. Because there's just a bunch of confused tourists standing at Van Ness, California going, "Is this Fisherman's Wharf? Are those prostitutes? Are those even women?" And that's always a good question along the Polk Street corridor. So Wisconsin, Brazil, now you know.
Here, go
it's like when you pick up that lovely lady hooker on Polk Street late at night, make sure you're wearing your glasses. It's like, that's all I have to say for them. No, but I love dating here in San Francisco because, women, you can testify to this, I get my pick of men. Yeah, so all I have to do is just weed them out. I just have to weed out like all the gays and the trannies and the guys with the overbearing Filipino moms and like the alcoholics and the drug addicts and the porn addicts and the addicts and the guys who live in their parents' attics. Seriously, who has an attic or Francisco, and like the doctors wearing Axe body spray dousing ironic hipster cowboys. After that, I have my pick. So, you know, act surprised when you're like, oh my God, Cara is single? Yeah, I am. I'm very single. And but so I go on a lot of first dates here in San Francisco, and I made a rule for my first dates in that I don't sleep with a guy when I go with him on a first date. It's like I just do that first date. It's like, don't act so disappointed, guys. No, but it's just my rule. Nothing good ever happens when I've done that. Until someone came to one of my shows and she was like, oh, Cara, you said you never slept with anyone on the first date. And, you know, I used to have that rule too. But on my last first date, we did sleep together. And then we slept together again. And then we started going out and we were like engaged. And then we just got married. And it's so amazing. We have this like 3-bedroom, 2-car garage house in Walnut Creek. And every morning we get up, we gather the kids, we get the dog, and we go in the SUV. We go check out what's new at Costco. And I'm like, exactly. Oh my God. Yeah. So on this one first date, it was weird because you never know like when it ends, because we were trying to end it, and it's like, oh hey, you know, this has been a great day, we had fun, you know, that awkward ending. As I say this with the emergency crews, that must be another first date gone wrong. We're doing the awkward ending, and all of a sudden he was like, you know, Cara, had a good time, this great date, but I think Bart stopped running. So could I spend the night on your floor? Hot. And I've actually had women in the audience punch the men next to them, because that's how they ended up in committed relationships, was that line. So I learned long ago, like, never to carry condoms with me on the first date. Instead, I carry an overnight Transbay bus schedule. But I make it romantic, you know, like I wrap it in foil. It's like, take it out, it's like, tear it off, take out the, ooh, hourly for her pleasure. This is amazing. Anyway, you guys, this is my favorite time of the year, August, or as the locals call it, it's Fogust. I believe that fog separates us from the barbarians. No, I love it here. It's just so wonderful. Any of you planning your Burning Man trip? No one's planning Burning Man trip? I will get along with you guys great, because I will never go to Burning Man. Thank you. And yeah, it's like, and for those of you who don't know, if you happen to not know what Burning Man is, it's where thousands of people drive 9 hours to the middle of the desert in Nevada to create a new society based on drugs and nudity. And exactly. And I totally believe on creating new societies with, you know, drugs and nudity. And in fact, it's already happening. It's called Golden Gate Park. You know, as long as it's near the fog, it's good. No, but see, you know, I could never imagine going to desert Nevada at the end of August, because I grew up in Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, and Tucson is an old Apache word that means white men get melanoma. Yeah, it's just not a good scene. So I'm like, oh, it's just amazing being here in fog. All you guys can go. And then one day someone was like, no, Cara, you don't understand about Burning Man, because it's like 50,000 people, some wearing elaborate costumes, and others wearing nothing at all gathering together, maybe doing their own separate things, and then coming together in a giant swirl of humanity. And I was like, we already have that in the fog. It's called a home Raiders game. Fuck yeah, and it's on Bart, it's just perfect. Anyway, you guys ready to get the show rolling? Yay! I can't find Gary. Gary, anywhere?
Mom, you want to go sit
There you
on
are.
the bench
Your
with
next
Gary?
comic's a real pleasure to have him back. He's a regular working comic all over the Bay Area, and please feel love, because next week he's going to be working in Oklahoma at a comedy club. So please put your hands together for Mr. Gary Anderson.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that at all. Oklahoma. Whew, shit. All right, how you guys doing? You guys good? Good? Over here? Good. Cool. Ooh, got black people, I don't know them, just in case you guys are like, ooh, 2 black people here, he knows them. I don't. 3, thank you. Every black person identify yourself now, please, for everyone here. Oh yeah! There we go. That's 4. Anybody else? Anybody else want to come forward? I'm bullshitting. Yeah. So, I don't know why I feel like I should say this when I get on stage, but I respect women. I don't know why I feel the need, like, I feel like I look like a slime ball or something. Like, I respect women. I think women are courageous. I think women are confident. I think women are strong. Because, like, have you guys ever been to a hip hop club? I mean, I'm just saying, like, it takes a lot of strength and courage and confidence to rush the dance floor and shake it to the most degrading shit about you. You know? You gotta dissociate yourself from it. You know, you're like, just focus on the beat, girl. They're not talking about us. Just focus on the beat, girl. We're gonna get free drinks doing this. I love it. I respect it. That's what I'm saying, because that would never work the other way around. Like, I don't think guys will flood the dance floor to, like, offensive music that's exposing all of our shortcomings. I don't think that would happen. Like I said, after this show, it turned into a club. Me and my buddies, we leave. We're like, man, let's get out of here. This music sucks. This DJ is horrible. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's ease back into this thing. DJ's mixing in something good. Is that the new grown man, small dick, got no money? Oh my God, let's kick our shoes off, guys. Let's dance. Grown man, small dick, living at his mama's house. Who you texting? Can we just be in the moment? Just for once, it's fine.
I'm updating my OkCupid profile.
With like 0 hits, right? Like.
I have no secrets. Should I divulge my income or check the casual?
You know what's interesting about that is, like, no one asked you to tell us what exactly it is you're doing. Yeah, because you're texting in the front row. That's fine. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. You can walk out. My father walked out too, so you can. It's fine. I don't mind it. You know, speaking of like OkCupid and stuff, I went to college in Michigan and the girls are really conservative there. Like, they hate like modern dating. You know, it's like, oh, I hate Tinder and OkCupid and all that stuff. Like, you know, I just wish that we could just go back to like, I don't know, like the 20s or something. You know, like back when my great-grandparents fell in love. You know, like in the heart of the jazz era and swing dancing. Like, doesn't that seem like such a cool time to live? I'm like, no. That's really only something a white person would say. Black people never think about going back to a time of anything. Like, we chilling right now. It's good. But, you know, I gotta play along with her because I wanna have sex with this woman, so. I was like, you know what, I totally understand what you're saying, because like, every time I go see a movie on opening night, it's always sold out and I'm always late, so I gotta sit in the front row. And I hate sitting in the front row because you can't never watch the dialogue. You gotta turn your head, oh my God, he said something, oh my God, she said something, oh my God, he said something. I hate that shit. I wish that we could just go back to a time where I can go to the back and usher these white people up front. This is your rightful place right here. I mean, I want to sit there, but I can't, you know. Jordans cost $182. Like, that is way too expensive. I wish that we could just go back to a time where we didn't wear shoes. So, that part didn't work. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. Damn, I didn't want that to happen. I feel like I'm getting older, guys. I feel like I'm getting my body. I feel like my body's getting a little older. Like my taste buds, like ginger ale tastes fucking amazing now, and that's really weird for me. Like, I don't know. It's odd. Like, and I'm not like homophobic, and I'm not like extra broy about stuff. Like, I don't know what's gay. Like, unless it's obvious, like, I don't think a lot of stuff is gay. I wish I could just hit people with logic, you know? Like, no, it's not really that gay if you think of it from like a logical perspective. Like, from time to time, I like to enjoy an appletini, you know? to the neck, like by myself, you know? And guys, that's not acceptable. They're like, oh, it's so gay. I'm like, no, it's not, dude. Like, why would, I mean, I really would love to drink something that gets me fucked up and tastes good. That's not gay at all. This wine's not gay either, you know? I want to drink something that gets me fucked up and is rich in antioxidants. It's not gay. All right, we gotta stop talking now. Go update your OkCupid. Go on Tinder, get a date to come here and occupy you so you can stop talking. I know you. I just want some attention. I get it. I think about sex a lot, guys. Okay, let's get intimate. I think about sex a lot. I think about sex on a weird level though. Like, I think it's almost irresponsible how much I think about sex compared to how little I think about condoms. Like, whenever I have a fantasy, a condom is never in it. Like, do you guys fantasize? Like, is a condom ever in your fantasies? It's never there. Like, I never watch a woman walk down the street and I'm just like, oh my God, she is so gorgeous. Oh my God, like real creepy. You know, like, oh shit, she looks so good. I would love to just lay her down and just rip those clothes off and put on this Trojan ultra red, ultra sensitive. Just enter her canal and like nobody thinks about condoms in their fantasies. And the reason why I think is because movies never promote safe sex. Like, whenever you watch a movie, there's never like an awkward break in action to get a condom. Like, for some reason, like it's always really passionate. It has to happen right now. They barely know each other. He fucking throws her against the wall. She has on a convenient dress. He rips down her underwear and he just thrusts her. I'm like, where's the condom? Who's responsible? The fuck is, what is going on? I don't know. People don't think about condoms in their fantasies, and we should, because the people we fantasize about, we don't know these people. Nobody fantasizes about people that they're currently having sex with. That's boring. Same. Even afterwards in movies, like she's always laying on his chest and shit, and they're just talking about life, and that's not real. Like, in reality, like somebody's gotta get up. If he wore a condom, you know, you gotta take the condom off, you gotta tie it, you gotta throw it away. And if he didn't, then she's gotta do some kind of cleaning. Like, how's this just happening right now? I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's a lot of abductions and kidnappings and all that type of stuff going on the news and shit. And you don't really hear about stuff like that in San Francisco. You know, San Francisco's a pretty safe place. And I think it's because we don't have a lot of 15-passenger white vans with no seats in the back. You don't see a lot of that, you know? Because, I mean, where the fuck are you gonna park that shit? Ain't no parking. There's nowhere to park a vehicle that large. You know, you need all that space so you can just grab her and just like open the fucking thing and just grab her and pull her in. Like, in San Francisco, you can't kidnap somebody and throw them in the fucking smart car. Like, you gotta be kind of courteous, like a little bit, you know? Yeah, be like, bitch, get in the car, watch your head. Just watch your head. It's gotta be a tight fit. I don't know. What else I got, guys? We talked about that. Oh man, this was funny. Well, to me. It was funny to me. I think that there's a conflict of interest between a man's honesty and a woman's feelings. Does that make sense? Yes. Right? Like, I think it's really like a conflict of interest because a friend of mine, she showed me her shoes. She's like, look, I just bought these shoes. Like, do you like it? And I said, no, I don't like your shoes at all. And she's like, you shouldn't say that. That's rude. Like, I'm like, what the I don't like the shoes. What else is there to say? I'm being honest, right? She's like, no, you should say that, you know, when you don't like someone's shoes, just say that, oh, they look comfortable. Like, no, I'm not saying that. But I want to say it in like other situations. You know, somebody try to hook me up with somebody and bring this girl on a date with us. And I was just like, so do you like my friend? What do you think? I'm like, you know, she looks comfortable. I don't know. I'll work on that. Thank you guys for having me. Enjoy the rest of the show. Get in.
Yay! of Monday Happy Hour Comedy, where we have a full liquor license. Just came through last week, yep. Everybody was like, what? Those social cocktails I was drinking before weren't real? Now they're real. Now we can joke about vodka and actually have vodka for drinking. It's like, and give it up for me. I am your host, MC, and producer.